So students, this is the next topic, that is the anatomical structure of leaf. Yesterday we completed the structure, that is the morphological structure, and today we are to study the anatomical structure. What do you understand by this term anatomical? Means anatomy. Anatomy means that is the arrangement of the various parts or the cells that which are arranged within the, you can say the part of the plant, right? The part of the plant we are to study here is a leaf. And within that leaf, all the type of the cells, tissues that which are present, that will form its anatomy. That is when you are studying something from within, right? Within the body, within the organ, that is called as the anatomy. Okay, so today we are to study the anatomical structure of leaf. Now considering my hand as a leaf, if you can see, this is the leaf structure, consider this as a leaf, okay. So this is the upper surface of a leaf, this is the lower surface of the leaf, and the width in between, that is the middle layers of the leaf, okay. So a leaf has the upper layer, it has the lower layer, and also it has in between, it has the middle layers, right? So all that comprises a complete layer-wise arrangement of the cells within the leaf. So same way we have to draw here. And what is it? The upper surface. Starting with the upper surface. The upper surface of the leaf, that is made up of the epidermal cell. That is called as the upper epidermis. The layer of the cell is called as upper epidermis. It is made up of the special kind of the cell. The shape is special here because you can see that the upper top and the lower, these two sides, I have made them bulged, right? They are rounded, okay? And the margins are straight, that is rectangular plus bulged. So we call this shape as ellipsoidal shape, okay? So these parenchymatous tissues that which organize forming the upper epidermis, they have this special shape. Okay, so you have to also draw like this. Next is for the upper epidermis, the count of stomata is always less as compared to the lower epidermis. So for this, we'll be making just one if. अगर हम यहाँ एक बनाते हैं stomata, we can make two or more on the lower surface. Just to show that comparison is there, less stomata count and more stomata count in the lower surface, okay, in the lower epidermis. So this is the stomata, and stomata, that is guard cells that which are bean shaped. They are arranged creating a pore, tiny pore, which is called as a stomata. Okay, then again continuing the next layer, and that layer is of epidermis again, that is the upper epidermis, like this. Okay, now leaving approximately 7 to 8 lines of your notebook, you will draw the next lower epidermis. Leave nearly 7 to 8 or more as according if you want. So, but not less than that. So this is the lower epidermis. Again the same, that is the shape will be the same. That is bulged from top and bottom, and it is straight from the sides. Lateral sides are straight ones. Okay, so you can draw this layer also. This is the lower epidermis. And I told you that there are lesser count of stomata within the upper epidermis as compared to lower epidermis. So we'll be making two or more stomata, minimum two, maximum you can make as many. So this is the stomata. Continuing the lower epidermis, again you can make another stomata, and in such way you can make two or more stomata in the lower epidermis. Again continuing the layer of upper epidermis, sorry, lower epidermis. Okay, so this is the lower epidermis. Clear? This is going a bit down, so that should be a straight layer like this. Fine. Now the upper epidermis, in some of the plants, it can be protected by an extra secretion, and that extra secretion gets deposited over the surface. Over the surface means over the top of the leaf. That extra secretion that gets depositing, and after depositing, it forms a complete layer, and that layer is called as cuticle, but it is found in some, not all. Okay, so cuticle, that is a layer of the extra depositions, and that is covering the epidermal cells only. Epidermal cells only. That means over the guard cells, you will not create a layer of cuticle. Okay, you can see here over this layer of the guard cells, I have not made this cuticle. Okay, then again continuing it after the guard cells, right? You are not to close the stomatal pores by creating the cuticle over it. Fine. So this is the cuticle, upper epidermis, lower epidermis. Firstly, you make it, then we will do the labeling also, right? Now towards the upper epidermis, there is present the elongated cells, pillar-shaped cells, compactly arranged cells, which are called as the palisade parenchyma. That makes the layer, complete layer. But before that, you have to also leave the space for midrib. This is the midrib region. Okay, just in the middle, make a rough circle with the dotted lines. That is an area for the midrib. Midrib याद है कल हमने बनाया था बीचों बीच. जब भी आप एक section कट करते हो लीफ का, you will always view this midrib in between if you are taking the full section. Okay, so this is the midrib region. Now leaving this region, we will be covering the whole of the inner side with the help of the elongated cells. These are pillar-shaped cells, compactly arranged cells forming the layer of palisade parenchyma. Okay, so this is palisade parenchyma, right? Done. Now towards the lower epidermis, there is the arrangement of the big cells, irregularly shaped, irregularly placed, leaving in between the big spaces that are called as intercellular spaces. Okay, here also you have to maintain one thing in your mind while drawing this there, that is of spongy parenchyma. You will not block the stomata here as well. Okay, you will not draw. Look onto the screen, all of you. Look onto the screen. This is the stomata, and just above the stomata you can't create a cell here. Okay, there should always be the intercellular space here, just above the stomata. Okay, so this way we can make another cell which is away from it, like this. Okay, so this is the intercellular space should be there just above the stomatal structure. These are irregularly shaped and placed with the big intercellular spaces in between, right? And this makes the spongy parenchyma layer. So this was the palisade parenchyma, Palisade, Sade, palisade. Okay, palisade parenchyma. And this is the layer that is spongy parenchyma. It is giving the look of sponginess, na? That is soft structure. So this is spongy parenchyma because it has big intercellular spaces in it. Okay, fine. And next is, after this, the palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma together are termed as the mesophyll layer. That is mesophyll, mesophyll. This is mesophyll. That makes the middle layer. Meso in bio, meso means middle. Phyll means leaf. Okay, phyll term usually stands for phyll, P-H-Y-L-L. Usually stands for the leaf. Meso stands for middle. Okay, so these comprises the middle layers. These two comprises, this whole structure comprises the middle layer. Okay, this is upper epidermis, palisade, spongy, and lower epidermis. Now, because all these are the cells of the plant, so that means the various cells they will be having the vacuole, right, just in the middle. So you are not going to create this for all the cells. You can just create it for a couple of cells of each kind like this. Okay, just on one side like this, but for each cell should be covered. It is understood that you are saying that it is present as a vacuole is present in all the type of the cells. So you can cover it like this way. Okay. Along with the vacuole, each cell, even in the guard cell, you have to make bache. Okay. So keep it in mind that for the guard cell also you have to take this, right? Then this is the nucleus which I am making with the shaded dots. Okay. Shaded oval structures representing the nucleus. And the rounded hollow structures, these ones, these are 2 or more in number. They are chloroplast. These hollow ring-like structures, they are representing the chloroplast within the cell. So you can make the chloroplast in each kind where you have made the vacuoles. Okay, even in the guard cells, right? So now, first of all, finishing the labeling of this, and then we will start with the midrib parts. Okay. So, finishing the labeling. First of all, this is the uppermost layer, that which is called as cuticle, C-U-T-I-C-L-E. Then this layer named as upper epidermis. Upper epidermis. This we have labeled on the left side. Then next is, just a second. Anji. Next is, after these, there is a lower epidermis. This is lower epidermis, right? These are the guard cells covering the small tiny hole that is called as the stomata. So you can label these on either side, on that side or this side. These are the guard cells. Guard cells. And in between are the small tiny openings called as stomatal aperture, or in simple we can call it as stomata. Okay, betterly it is named as stomatal aperture. Okay, right? Anji, have you drawn this? Have you labeled it? Now, coming to this middle portion, that is the midrib region, that which comprises of the xylem and the phloem. First of all, this is differentiated from the outer cells with a special layer which is termed as the endodermis. This is the endodermis layer of the cells again. As it is the layer of epidermis now, this is the layer of endodermis. Okay, so this is the layer of endodermis. The layer of endodermis, that which surrounds the xylem and the phloem and differentiates it or separates it from the outer surrounding cells. Okay, so this is endodermis. Within it, the placement of the xylem and the phloem is there. The xylem and phloem, they can be arranged in any ways in different of the plants, but here we are just making the simplest arrangement of the xylem and the phloem. We are going to just cover half of the upper portion with the xylem and half of the lower portion with the phloem cells, right? And how to make these? The xylem cells, they are made bigger. Okay, so they are made larger in size like this, and they are made with a, just to differentiate from the phloem cells, they are made with the dark layers. Okay, like this. Dark layers means you have to shade them like this. Okay, In this way, you can just make the xylem and the phloem. So xylem cells need to be made thicker just to differentiate from the phloem cells. These are xylem, responsible for conduction of water across the whole plant, right? And then there are the phloem cells. Phloem cells are irregular, small in size, and they are made with the thin walls, right? So these are made with the thin walls like this. You can simply make them irregular. You can make them anywhere like this, just in any shape means, okay? Just covering the whole of the inner circle or the place for the phloem, right? So this is phloem, okay? Now labeling these three parts, that is the simplest of all arrangements, right? So this is the endodermis, first of all, endodermis. Then these upper bigger and the thicker cells that comprises the xylem tissue, and these lower smaller and thinner cells makes the phloem tissue. So this is the complete structure of the anatomical view of a leaf, right? Finish the drawing portion immediately. Until then, if anyone having any question, any doubt, you can ask me. Raise up your hand and ask me the questions. Yes. Okay, so after this, we have the another structure, and that is the structure of stomata. So next you get the heading of structure of stomata. Stomata already we have made here in this, and we have made the two parts, that is the guard cells as well as the stomatal aperture or the pore within it, right? So same we have to follow, and you have to write this question in your notebook as well. Write the question for the fair copies. What is stomata? The question for the fair notebook. What is stomata? What are its roles? And what are its roles? And draw a neat and labeled diagram of of stomata. Okay, what is stomata? Draw a neat and labeled diagram of stomata, and what is its role, right? Fine. So stomata, as we have said, that it comprises of the guard cells, है ना? Just a second. Hanji. So it comprises of the guard cells, and these guard cells, they are, what shape of the guard cell they have? That is a bean shape. Okay, so first of all, what is stomata? Stomatas are the tiny openings. What is stomata? Stomatas are the tiny openings present or found on the surface of leaf, right? Tiny openings found on the surface of leaf or on the green parts, like the green stem. Okay, so that is the stomata. What is its role? The role of stomata, it plays the two major roles. What are the two major roles? First is it helps in exchange of gases. What do you mean by this? That during photosynthesis, the plant has to take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. So all this taking in of carbon dioxide and giving out of oxygen, that is maintained or done by the stomata. Even for the respiration process, it requires the reversal. That is, oxygen is required and carbon dioxide is given out. So that exchange is again exchange of gases, which is done by the stomata. So stomata is involved for these exchange of the gases. Secondly, It also helps in transpiration. It plays a major role in transpiration. What is this transpiration? Transpiration is the process by which the water is lost. It is a process by which water is lost from the aerial parts, AERIAL, from the aerial parts of the plant in the form of water vapors. That is the speciality of this process, that it is the loss of water from the aerial parts and in the form of water vapors only, right? When it is losing the water in the form of water vapors, the process involved is transpiration. What do you understand by the aerial parts? Aerial means the parts which are above the ground surface. Okay, so that is the another, you can say, function or the role which is played by the stomata. Coming to the shape and the structure of the stomata, for the dicot plants, the guard cells, they are bean shaped. As we have just drawn in the anatomical structure, they are bean shaped like this. Okay, so this is the guard cells shape. It is bean shaped. Here you will be making the inner layer as the thick one and the outer as the thinner one. So this is, you have to make the inner layer thicker, that which surrounds the stomatal aperture. Okay, this is called as the stomatal aperture. The guard cells, they have the vacuoles, both of them. They have the nucleus and they have the chloroplast. Okay, so this is the guard cells. Around the guard cells, as we have just drawn it in our diagram, there were the epidermal cells. But in some of the plants, it may also have some extra cells between the epidermis and the guard cell. मतलब guard cell है, उसके बाद immediately epidermis भी present हो सकती है, epidermal cell से surround होगा. अगर नहीं, तो कुछ एक plants ऐसे होते हैं, so they have the specialized cells which are surrounding it, and they are called as the subsidiary cells. Okay, so here we can draw those subsidiary cells like this. These cells surrounding the guard cells, they are found from plant to plant, varying from plant to plant. And this is the subsidiary cell. And then you have to give it the shape of the cell. Okay, it is not the floral shape, right? And then surrounding are the epidermal cells. So what are these? Outer ones I have made as the epidermal cells, followed by subsidiary cells, then followed by guard cells. These are the guard cells. All these three components, along with the stomatal pore or the aperture, this is stomatal pore or aperture. These things together makes this as the stomatal apparatus. Okay, you may be asked like, what are the components of the stomatal apparatus? So it is epidermal cell, subsidiary cell in a few, guard cells, and stomatal pore or the aperture. Right? The inner wall is thick. So you can label this as inner thick wall. And then you have to label the other components. That is the vacuole, then a chloroplast, and the nucleus. Okay, so this is the nucleus. Done. This was in the dicot plants where the guard cells had this shape, that is the bean shape. Now coming to the monocot plants where the shape of the guard cells is different, and that is in the monocot plants, the shape monocot. The shape of the guard cells is dumbbell shape. That is dumbbell shaped. Okay, what is this dumbbell shape? Dumbbells, you know, that is the boys, they use it for gymming. That is for bodybuilding and all. So that dumbbell is of this shape. This is the shape of the dumbbells. है ना, ऐसे ही होता है ना, right? So similarly, the another dumbbell shaped guard cell that joins it face to face like this, and it encloses an aperture that is called as a stomatal aperture in between. Also, the wall becomes thick over here again. So this is surrounding this, because this wall, why it is thicker? Because it is elastic for the opening and closing of the stomata. Okay, so this is the stomatal aperture here, and these two are the guard cells. So these two are the guard cells in case of the monocot plants, and this is the stomatal pore. Okay, that is the stomatal pore or the aperture. Fine. So this is the structure of the stomata. Is it clear? Any question anyone has? Yes. So bache, your time is also over. Please complete this diagram immediately.